gotta do it right.
Buddy.
3, 2, 1.
Buddy.
That's gonna be the intro.
Nah, man.
Migos, they all went on their
Hey.
freestyles.
Good.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Hey.
It's called Freestyle Radio.
No.
Chéné, freestyle. Ah, ça va, je l'encore.
Welcome.
Hello, Bishava.
Look, technically now we started. So, laugh عليك. How's things, boys?
Brother, I haven't seen you boys in so long.
I know, right?
It's like I've taken a trip down the memory lane.
Yeah, look.
Bro, I swear to God.
When
this
was
podcast is
when
about,
was the
bro.
last time we caught up?
The last time I caught up was like,
Bro, like 2 months ago, eh?
no, bro, like 4 months.
Fucking long.
Like 4.5 months.
Yeah,
I haven't seen these guys since
yeah.
like the summer holidays.
No, since last year, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
been a while, bro.
It's been a long
It's about
while.
getting time.
Bro, we were looking for this and it ended up being connected to the line the whole time.
Alright, so I'm done. We're not doing the podcast.
I'm sorry. Look, all right, boys. Guys, introduce yourselves before we start. So.
Alright. Well, my name is Lewis. I am 21 years old and
Shit, it's not a Tinder profile.
I'm not looking for a wife.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, my name's Erdwan. I am 20, because we're saying ages now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I am still a uni student.
What are you studying?
I'm doing civil engineering.
When do you finish?
Hopefully 2 years.
It's not bad.
Are you doing your honors now?
Yeah, I'm doing my.
Yeah, but you've got a job already, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm actually working for council, Liverpool City Council.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Can you get us approvals? I've got something. Lewis, what are you
This is
working
going
on?
out into the...
This is
Right
off
now?
the record, bro.
Right now, I've actually started a new business venture.
Nice.
I'm actually a manager at McDonald's now,
Nice.
and I want to bridge that into doing business marketing into head office.
Nice. There you go, man. Well, welcome, boys. Welcome
Money
to
moves.
Municipology for a local youth talk.
A local
Event.
youth talk, yes.
Bishmat, how you feeling?
Oh, Samuel White should just do that.
Yes.
Alright.
What's your Milwaukee?
Alright, basically, look, we're gonna jump straight into it because it's gonna be a 3-hour convo.
Let's do it.
Fine
Well, we're
by
gonna-
me, bro. It's fine
Oh
by
my
me,
God.
bro.
Alright, what has your... Obviously, so you have been in, like, the youth. Like, not... Like, obviously, the association, but the Mandaean youth, like, involved.
I feel like for me, it's like I'm not really a part. Like, yeah, I'm a part of the core group, but like I'm still a newcomer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, fair
Like,
enough, yeah.
I feel like Lewis is more of the guy who's been there for.
Yeah,
like he's known to be like the guy. Like
Yeah.
he's been there for a while.
Yeah, Lewis, you're still quite active, eh?
I'm still quite active, and I'm still very enthusiastic about helping out in my community and everything like that. Like I actually started off, and I jumped right into it. I wouldn't say I jumped the gun because it was a very enthusiastic thing for me to do.
Yeah.
When I started, I actually jumped straight into the secretary role, and it was very challenging for me to actually start in that kind of role because it sort of gave me some sort of obstacle where I couldn't actually share my opinion, share my thoughts, right? Because I was actually taking too much time, taking into consideration too many people's thoughts and writing them down. And
This
Oh, yeah,
guy's
that's
thoughts, like he goes outside the box, bro. Like he knows how to think.
No, you're good with that. I noticed that. I noticed it from early on, and you were quite happy to get involved very quickly. I remember because we had a chat earlier, and you're like, somehow you just quickly came on board. And it was like one of those early Friday sessions, I think.
yeah, it was a Friday night gathering that I came to just before the boat party a couple of years ago. That really like clicked. Like I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna join this community and I'm gonna like proper make some moves.
Because like you have to. It's part of I think the service, community service. I think, and the Mandaean Youth Australia has been around for a while, man.
Yeah, they have. Yeah,
They have.
I didn't even think I didn't know they were around until I started going. Like the first event I went to was the boat party. I didn't know they were. I thought that was like that's a new group. But then once I like started going more to it, and like people tell me, no, they've been around for like ages. I was like, what?
Yeah, and the reason being is because like I remember when they first opened up the Liverpool Mendy, which was like 2014 or something.
Long time ago.
It was like that. Proper opener.
Like a good
There used to be a youth group then, and that one used to be like a lot of the elders now they're married with kids, everything. And then I jumped on board, and then we sort of like you sort of get involved and you pull back, then you sort of get carried away with life, and then I moved to Gold Coast, but I still like remained in touch with everything that was happening, especially because the boys that were running are like Daniel, Emil. like they're local boys. We've known them, like we've known them forever, right? So it was more of just like carrying on this responsibility from one generation to another, and now it's fallen into your hands. So.
Yeah, it's basically boys that you grew up with.
Yeah, straight up.
You're just friends. You started a group, you go to meetings together, and you just literally go out same time after.
Yeah, and like, we'll go to Saharati everyone.
We go to Saharati, we go to 88 Lounge, go anywhere.
And it's fun because you form those really nice bonds.
And the thing I really like about the youth is like we go from like a very serious meeting to like
just chill.
just chill and just banter and just like
literally.
It's like at the group that we have like this. It's a very we're trying to plan and do a lot of things for this community, but we also know how to not be professional in certain times, if that makes sense.
And
like,
you need that.
Yeah,
otherwise,
that's something I really like.
because
it's
at the end of the day, it's
Yeah, and like I noticed like the people, like when I guess a while ago when I first started coming, like bro, you see people that you haven't seen in ages. Like
100%.
Like bro, you used to go to my school.
I know, right?
Thomas Hassel. And that's before, that's why I was like in year 9. That's before that I was even in the community. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? You went to my school? So that's why it's like, it blows your mind because like, bro.
I'm going to be that uncle who be like, I knew you since you were like this tall.
Oh, bro. Not on this podcast, guys.
The thing is, it's like we're so very well connected. Like I'm working with his dad in 3 months.
I actually.
Straight
Wow.
up. Yeah.
In the clinic.
Yeah. My next 6 months.
They were telling me about there's someone else coming, but they didn't tell me who.
Yeah, it was like we finished off the paperwork like a month ago.
Bro,
And it's like
amazing.
such a small community.
That's amazing.
Oh, thank you.
What the hell, bro? That's sick.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Just, it's so because I did my medical school training.
I remember
as
that.
well.
I remember that.
It was such a weird time. Yeah, and
That's when you had glasses, everything.
Right.
That was no look. That was. I'm sorry,
glow
but
up, the glow up is
a
crazy.
proper
Man.
nerd, man.
That was the blow down.
Yeah, and then like I went back. He saved my ass, man, because like there was some like, problems with placement. He's like, I'll have you back. It's all right. I'll cover you because I couldn't finish my placement at the hospital at Liverpool. And he's like, I got you. I'm like, my man. So he got me for like straight 14 weeks of placement.
Oh wow.
And I've fallen in love with general practice because of the community, man. That's part of it as well. Like it's part of giving back to the community. So you start at the Mendy, you get the connections, and you come out there, engineers, business, whatever you think you're gonna get into, you'll eventually end up serving the community somewhere.
That's something that we're actually working towards actually improving our network for the youth. We're trying to create a network with one of the events that we're actually like sort of formulating right now.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Yeah,
we're doing like a networking careers expo.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. It's been in the working for a while now.
It's coming together and it's formulating very well, and we're on track to do it this year.
Amazing,
Because that's a big event. That's pretty much attracting everyone.
It should attract younger teens
who
younger
like,
teens
don't know
around
what they want to do.
year 9, 10.
Yeah.
We're thinking year 9, 10, year 11, year 12.
And you
people
should.
that like before ATAR, before Rosa subjects, right? Because we want to sort of curate and help them curate their own career pathways.
Yeah, and that's important. And
By creating
because
network.
there's a lot of students nowadays who like are still in year 12 and they like just choose a bunch of subjects they don't even know. Like,
it's hard, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Like they just choose everything. They don't know what they want to do.
It
So
is
that's
hard.
That's
why
the
the
norm
helping
now.
hand
Yeah.
is needed.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
norm. Like no one. Yeah.
I would want to say like, not to go up my own ass or anything, but like I wanted to be a civil engineer since like year 9.
Even that, look, like that's part of it. Like we'll talk about this because that's important. Like your dad is in the medical industry. Like what made you not get into medicine and go through engineering?
Honestly, I actually followed my mum's footsteps because in Iraq she was a petrochemical engineer.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know. It's just with all this like the just chemistry, like all the chemicals and not the chemicals, like just knowing the terminology for medicine, it just never really stuck with me.
Yeah,
and it's like
it's a language of its own, bro.
Yeah, it's a language of its own, and it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work.
That's for most
I feel like with especially in school, because like I did research early. Like I asked teachers, like I did research and everything since year 9.
Oh wow!
And I was actually in between mechanical engineering or civil. And
so you went into engineering, yeah.
Yeah. So the whole reason why I chose engineering was purely because I wanted to follow the footsteps of like engineering through my mom, like from my mom's side.
Yeah, that's good.
And because my sister was like doing paramedicine, like she's about to finish her degree, inshallah.
She's finishing soon, eh?
Yeah. Hopefully this year.
Oh, nice. Okay,
so,
cool.
I was like, I don't know. I thought about it, and like my dad literally said to me, like, if I actually studied and did it, I would actually become like, he said to me, I would become a better doctor than him. I personally don't think I would ever be able to be a better doctor than that guy. That guy is like,
experience, bro.
but I don't know. I just like the passion that I have is purely just for engineering and like just.
You need passion for medicine, bro. And the thing is, it's like
and
there's days where you study for 12, 13 hours.
Yeah,
you're like,
that's a lot of dedication, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm more of a mathematician. I'm not more of the
I can't.
medicine to give patients.
I think I did engineering in 11 for like 1 term. Not even 2 months. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah,
can't. No, it's not for me. It's just, everyone's got a different click. And
but that's also one of the things I did want to talk about. It's like nowadays, because the older generation of like our parents and everything, they have such a motive on their kids to only like push for lawyer, doctor, engineer. Like those are the top 3 that you always hear the parents say. Like we want you to be that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't allow it puts a lot of pressure on the kids. It puts a lot of pressure on them growing up.
do you think, was that a true one?
Oh,
Like
word for word, yeah, of course.
Do you think it's a lot of pressure? Because for me, it was. Like,
I mean, I can't imagine like the dad being a doctor, but like obviously, like my brother's a doctor, and I mean he's way older than me, so like he became a doctor when I was a kid. So my parents already saw that. They're like, oh wait, his brother's a doctor. Alright, then he's a doctor, and and it's like
It's like a top shelf pick. Done.
Yeah, like but that's what it is. But it's like for me personally, I like it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's more dangerous. It's dangerous as in.
The comparisons game.
Yes, because if you compare if your parents teach you to compare your siblings, then nothing's stopping you then going out into the world and you comparing yourself with everyone that you see.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what you see now.
Exactly.
That's what you see now.
Exactly. And now you just end up living kind of like a shit life.
And that's what I was actually going to say, because it puts that much like that pressure and everything. It leads to the kids who want to grow up into doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
Doubt themselves and be like, nah, but my parents will be like such and such.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It ruins the versatility that they have in what they want to do. You know,
I had a kid with me in school, and the reason why I say a kid is straight from high school. Like he's a 99.6 or something. Sydney boys.
Yeah, of
Asian kid,
Asian as well.
But that was that was the caliber of students I was dealing with. Right? I wasn't a 99 kid, right? I was. Like, we barely made everything come through because I had no idea how to. I didn't know how to get into med. It was still imports when it came.
Half the time we still don't know how to speak English. Hey.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. And this kid is like a 9. I'm like, how'd you get a 99? He's like, so I'm studying. I'm like, okay, everyone studies. But what was this? So like, this kid came from a very, very tough family where the mother was just intensely putting so much pressure on them to do well, and he didn't have a really good connection with his mother. And I remember, like at times, his mental health really struggled. Like, I'm talking about proper struggle, like calling the suicide hotline, all these sort of things, doubting that he can't do it, and he had a lot of mental breakdowns through med school, and we witnessed a few of them. And some of the times, my mate had to talk him out of doing things. So, and that's because he got forced into a path that he does not enjoy. He's like, I wanted to be a painter. And I'm like some people just cannot. Yeah. Also, like some people just cannot withstand the pressure. It's a lot of pressure. Like, so I think if you see your child struggling, as a parent, you should always take a step backward. All right. But the reason why they didn't do that is there's an expectation from parents to go around and compare their kids to others. So that's where the comparison starts. Like, oh, how many so we chip me, so we chip me.
Old mentality.
And I think even as parents, we're gonna probably do the same thing to a certain extent. But at least you're more
aware. We're more adapted. We're more adapted to that. We're more adapted to not do it rather than do it now because we've seen it happen on us.
Exactly.
Right. It's happened on us. So something that it's very evolutionary and instinctual. If it's happened to you and it's negative, you're going to try and turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like somewhere, one way or another, you'll pass it on to your kids, like regardless, right? But it's just how, like for me, the rule is once I have children, it'll be more like, look, guys, your father's worked hard. That's where he reached. All I'm going to teach them is discipline, hard work, nothing else. I don't care what they do with their life.
Honestly, that's the same thing I would want to do.
I don't care. Like it's my success. It's my money. It's my life, right? You will have opportunities because you're born into this family, but you have to earn them.
Yeah.
Right. So if they learn to work hard, then it's a different ball altogether. Yeah. But if you sit around forcing your kid, like I used to force him a lot.
That's gonna be taken out of context.
The zoning out tells us a lot,
True.
bro.
I used to force him into that. Like,
Yeah.
you have to study. Then I realized the guy is nothing like me, bro. Like, I'm comparing him to me.
Damn, bro. How do you feel that?
But that's the
Hey,
reality.
he's not saying I'm dumb. He's saying like we did it different, bro.
He's very intelligent.
Yeah.
He's very.
Yeah.
But that's really.
Yeah.
He's fucking very
Yeah, but
intelligent.
we had
Yeah.
different you can't compare him at his age compared to me now.
Like, that's
hard.
I'm like
It's
28
hard,
comparing
bro.
to 6. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, you
wow,
can't,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
man.
it is. It is.
And so it was like, we placed so much pressure on him up, and I'm like, dude, like, you're gonna break down. That's not healthy. And then we realized, we're like, okay, let's just step back, let him make mistakes, let him make his way through life, and we'll be around to guide him, whatever he needs. But he has to make mistakes. He has to come from him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, he has to be like, he has to be like, I feel shit, I want to change.
The mistakes have to be natural. Yeah, they have to be natural for them to be naturally corrected.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah, man, that was part of it. I guess part of it is, how do ethnic families survive in our modern world?
It's like I was gonna say, like a thought just came into my head. Like the ethnic, like our parents, right? The lives that they lived are like very different from ours, obviously.
Big time.
Yeah.
But
big time,
they
big time.
I guess their mindset could be that, oh, we went through so much shit.
We
that-
want our kids to do so much better than we did.
Exactly.
But they already
That's
are. They're in
that's-
Australia,
that's-
bro.
that's not
Like,
just
yeah,
that.
it's not just
exactly,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
That's something that goes over their heads.
Yeah.
That's something that goes over their heads because they're still with that old mentality.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we're doing this. I want my kid to do so much better than me, right? I don't care where we are, right? The opportunities are still the same. They think the opportunities
But
are
it's
still
just
the
Exactly.
same.
it's just the circle of
Right?
pressure.
It's
just
the
the
circle of pressure.
And then naturally you're gonna end up putting that on, like just naturally you're gonna end up putting that on your
Because
kids
that's what
somehow.
you're because like there's a saying is like the environment you put yourself around is what you become.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Personally speaking, right? The pressure that's on me, like as of right now, right? I'll tell you guys, right? I have to become this because such and such is going on in the house, right? Blah blah blah. Something happens in the house that goes wrong, right? Blames me
Hell, why?
Yeah, why?
because I'm the older
I
one.
thought he was gonna say something like,
I'm waiting for the bum, bro.
No.
Where's the bum, man? Come on.
This is no trauma dump.
oh, bro.
So like, you're the eldest in the family, right? You're the
The
oldest.
eldest in the family, يتحمل هواية. The
You
eldest
have
in
to
the
lead by
family,
example.
Exactly. Example is key. If the oldest doesn't lead by example, right? In like in our type of families, right? Where are the other ones gonna go?
Yeah.
Honestly, like where are the other ones going?
And you're
I
expected
mean,
to.
I don't know how to answer
Yeah.
that because I'm the middle child. But the thing is I'm the
The oldest boy.
the oldest boy, and me and my dad were actually talking about it, like literally last night. He was like, "Smuggler, if anything happens, like
really?
I would." No, like as in like let's say he goes overseas, not like Smuggler anything
Yeah,
happens, like obviously that, but like let's say he goes overseas, I would automatically become the man of the house. I
Of
would
course.
have to.
Like, there's expectation now.
I would have to have that like set in stone. Like I have the responsibility of keeping everyone safe, of doing everything, and just you know.
Yeah. And you were raised in a way where that would happen naturally anyway, right? Even
Yeah,
if,
yeah, yeah.
even if he didn't tell you that, it would be like you're like, oh fuck, like it's me.
instinctual.
No, quite
Yeah.
quite
At
frankly,
this-
yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
At that point in time, it's instinctual. Yeah.
You have to. That's just how it is. And I'm glad you have this sort of connection with your father, because a lot of kids don't have that good connection. as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's because some of the kids I don't want to speak for them, but like some of the kids maybe are just scared of approaching and just talking to their parents and building that bond.
Yeah.
That's something that I see sometimes in like some of the kids
That we
just,
interact
just,
with.
just people like some of the boys that I know. I'm not gonna name any names, but it's like they're scared to go ask their parents something because they think they're just gonna say no straight away. Like that's just a small thing.
But I reckon that speaks more in terms of like the relationship that they have. With
I
the
know,
family.
but it's like you don't really know. Like if they say no, at least they can provide you with like a reason, like why no, or just straight up no. But if you just assume they're gonna say no, how will you know the answer? That comes down to like everything.
Yeah,
as well.
but it depends on the parents. Like, there's people that I know at school who are like filthy rich, like crazy rich, and obviously their dad works like a dog. Like he kills himself every day, right? That's why they're so like successful. And every time they do see their dad, Every
Just call
That's your phone.
I'm like, what's going on?
there goes the live, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, because the recording.
Like every time they do see their dad, they don't know how to interact with him because he's out of the house for so long.
That's also another.
So I feel like that's another thing as well with ethnic families, that they come here, they start from nothing again, like all our parents, and you kind of forget, you're like, fuck, I haven't seen my dad in so long, I kind of want to interact with him, right? And maybe it's not as extreme for us, but I guarantee you for many
I
ethnic
feel like
families,
as you get older, you naturally start building that relationship with your parents.
Right.
of course, yeah.
Then you just stop blaming them for making mistakes in their life because
Then you understand.
Because you realize, bro, everyone's
everyone's like that.
Yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes.
And that's life. I think as our parents copped it the worst, especially like coming from nothing and sending us through and then putting an expectation, which is a good expectation, that we should be doing well because we carry their legacy.
I don't want to say like the pressure they put on us is bad. I feel like if they were to tell us in like a way which would actually motivate us, like there's two different types of pressure. There's pressure that could lead you down the like.
The
just
burnout
mentally,
path,
just
like
like the
the mental
burnout,
burnout.
like
Exactly.
mentally, just you get stuffed,
Or
or the pressure that will be like, I know you can do better, because you're my son, like you're my daughter, like I know you can do better.
But don't forget, the older generation are not educated as us.
That's another thing. That's another thing. As
So
well.
they're not really aware of all these pressures that you put on your child and how that trauma sort of carries
especially-
away to the child.
Yeah, and especially if you try and like talk to them about it, they're like, "Shut up! Who the hell are you?" Shut up.
Yeah, big time.
And there's a lot of parents like that, and I've met a few. I've met a few in the clinic. They come through and they're just clueless. They don't know how to just even generally have a good conversation with the children, and that's not their fault. It's just that's probably how they grew up with their kid, with their parents.
Yeah.
And they just carry it over this different generation, and the kids growing up with the same problem. So it's raising a family in this modern world is a completely different ball game, bro. I don't even know how people do it, especially with that pressure of social media, modern world of making money, needing to prove yourself to everyone around
Even the
you.
community itself. Word of mouth is crazy in this community, bro.
Word of mouth?
Word of mouth is crazy, bro.
Because everyone's tight.
Everyone knows everyone.
Everyone knows each other.
Everyone
exactly.
knows
Everyone knows everyone. So no matter what you do, it's gonna everyone's gonna end up knowing.
And there's one thing that I wanted to say as well. It's like the parents, because of they're so used to the old generation, whatever. When they see you, like let's say you, everyone. How old are you right now, everyone? 17. They still see you as a kid. When you turn 18, they still see you as a kid. When
They'll
you
always
turn
see you as a
19, they'll see you as a kid. But for some reason, when they see you as 20, they start asking questions. What are you studying? How much money are you making?
When are you getting married?
When are you going to get married? Are you planning a future? Are you good with your family?
Yeah.
Do
It's
you
such an
support?
instant switch.
Instant
It
switch.
is.
It's literally an instant. Like they expect so much because in Iraq, like for them, at the age of 20, they were ready. They were ready to. You know?
Hey, bro, it's tough. My
It's
brother
tough.
got married at 23, man.
And he was
Older
here,
brother.
and he wasn't even over there. He was here, and he got married.
He got married at 23.
Yeah.
But like that's the expectation they have on us because that's why like the parents are like, we don't want you doing anything bad because the reputation that you hold won't just affect you; it affect the whole family.
And that's true. Like talking about community, how does it feel to be part of this community for you guys?
As
Wonderful,
boys.
wonderful.
As boys.
Yeah.
As boys, challenging.
Explain, bro.
Challenging.
Elaborate on that shit.
Challenging. I feel like it's challenging in a good way. I feel like it's challenging in a good way because it gives like me personally. If I see my friend doing well,
Yeah.
it's going to motivate me to do well, and it's going to motivate me to do well to the point where we're both pushing each other up.
That's a good
Right.
mentality.
I feel like what he's trying to say with challenging is just like the fact that like this community is like we're a small community here,
Yeah.
and it's like for you to find like just a group of mates who are Mandaean, it's hard.
Yeah.
And to find the people who are like who you know are like good people as well, because you want to find the right people for you, right? You want to find the right group and
That
everything.
you click with. And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's hard to find
Be
because it's not.
successful with.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It is a lot. But I feel like that's what he's trying to say with like the whole. It's challenging. It's just like the way our life is set out is different. It's different to everyone else, and everyone else has their challenges. But
isn't it easy in a bit? Like you're born into a community, there's your community, grow your community. I feel like it's we shouldn't be like men are just amazing at complicating stuff. I think it should be that easy, bro. Shut the fuck out.
I actually said it was challenging because we're how I grew up. I grew up in a community completely different to you guys. Like as of right now, you guys have lived here for how long?
Like since 2005.
I moved to a place very far away.
Yeah, you too, didn't you? Yeah.
I went from Singleton, so like 3 hours west of Newcastle
Oh yeah.
to here.
But you were like how old?
I was like 4, so it's like it wasn't really.
It wasn't like really memorable.
I moved away from this area when I was like 4.
Really?
I moved away from this area when I was like 4. I was born here, raised here, everything like that.
Where'd you guys move?
Harrington Park.
Harrington?
Park.
Where the
It's
hell's
like
that?
near Narellan.
Camden, Narellan area.
Oh, that's
like 35, 40 minutes away
that's
from
pretty like, what is
Liverpool.
it? It's pretty like,
It's
sort of,
less, let's say less ethnic.
Yeah, just I thought there'll be like Indians and Asians and stuff.
Harrington is Indians,
let's say garam masala.
Oh, okay. But you guys came back. When did you come back?
What do you mean we came back? We haven't come back. I just
They haven't come back.
drive.
Oh, you drive now a lot.
Yeah.
There you go.
So is that how you guys managed?
Bro, it literally, I joined this community about 2.5, 3 years ago, and I actually met my brothers.
I'm glad, bro.
Like Dad said, I can confidently say I've met brothers that I will see for the rest of my life.
That's good. I'm glad you feel this way, bro.
That's something that I wanted. That's why I felt like it was challenging, growing up in this community at my age, right? At my age, because I wasn't really exposed to this community,
Gotcha.
right? I wasn't exposed to this community as much as you guys, right? And I'm not experienced enough. So I'm literally every day I'm in this community, every day, every meeting that I go to at the MIA, I'm still learning. I'm still progressing.
Yeah,
I'm still doing this. I'm still
nice.
thinking here. I'm still like listening. I'm still like holding back. I'm honestly holding back a few things, right? Because there's things that I know. There's things that I feel like I know, or I feel that I need to adapt
To the mundane way.
Yes, because I've been exposed to such an opposite way for so long that I feel like I need to sort of adapt back to my community.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
But
So
that's
what about
just,
you guys? What about you
that's. I mean, we grew up in a very religious household, man.
Well, we grew up in these areas as well, so I guess it's a bit different.
Hell, but like I moved away for 5 years, bro. The prime of like 20s. I was in Gold Coast.
Would you think that was like worth it for you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like, what'd you learn from the moving away from home?
Independence.
Yeah.
Independence, and I like it was good years. They were good years for me. I formed my own little family outside of home, and it was good. It was
What are you gonna
good.
say?
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna make it anymore.
Whoa.
I was gonna say you got married in Gold Coast and no one knew about it. He has a family in Ukraine as well. Oh yeah, continue.
But the thing is, like, yeah, did you know, man? Fuck.
Well, cut that video.
No,
continue, yeah.
it was good. It was a good experience. Like, it was tough in the beginning, but I had my goals. I had my purpose. I needed to get my MDs. I had to go.
Yeah.
Did it make you respect and like want to know more about like the religion base? Because your house is very religious.
Did it make you more religious?
Did it make you want to be more religious?
Look, Mandaean for me, Mandaeanism was quite different. It was always a way of life. Like, how do you adapt it to modern society, a modern community? So when Dad came around and taught us about it, he taught us the very traditional like approach.
Yeah.
You know, like the very Eastern approach to religion. Like, I pray 3 times a day. So it was more of a chore. I shouldn't be saying this stuff, but that's the reality. More of a chore than and he's done absolutely amazing at it because he installed the fundamentals and the foundations. But then as you grow up and you mix around and you start reflecting and you have your own revelations and your own epiphanies, then you realize Mandaean is beautiful. It's a beautiful religion. There's so much to learn in it. And the fact that it's so spiritual with so many different deeper understandings to life makes it more adaptable to day in day life. Like just studying about Hayya, studying about baptism, studying about, which we'll get into because it's amazing. It's good to know your approach on this sort of stuff as well, and your opinion, guys. It made me become more in tune with the religion in our own ways, right? But when I moved away, I couldn't maintain that. Like, it was just different. I could not do that.
Do you think it was because, like, again, like the environment you
Yeah,
were
of course.
surrounded by?
Yeah, absolutely. I was there for a different purpose. I was meant to be religious.
Do you regret not, even when you moved away, not doing that? or did you feel like, oh, finally it's a breakthrough? Like this.
It was a mix. From the beginning, it was like, oh, finally it's a breakthrough. I could do whatever I want, and I did what I did what I wanted to do. No one knew, right? No one ever knew. It was fun. It was fun days, right? Like, I could go out partying. I could go out drinking. I can do whatever I want, and I still passed. I still did what I need to do, right? And that was the reality. You're a shab, no actually not that Gold Coast, like, you know what I mean? It was an interesting experience in my life, right? Because it made me who I am now. Because I didn't go through the standard like medical degree where you got a Commonwealth supported place, and we come from a well, you know, like wealthy family where we can support. No, I went and I knew I had to come up with $370,000 to pay in 5 years. That's without my expenses. So I was looking at $500,000 over 5 years, plus to $100,000 every year. Yeah. So I was more focused on passing and doing well and coming up with the money than anything else. I had my party moments, but 80% of times was just stress. So my stress levels went from getting in to surviving, because everyone else there were wealthy. They didn't even have to think about money. Like the kids around me were like, oh no, my dad pays enough. I don't even think about it. I'm like, bro, like I do everything myself, right? So that mentality then carried over to Sydney. So I finished med school. You know, I got the scholarship from the defense. They got me through. I used to drive back every holiday from Gold Coast to Sydney.
You drove back?
Every holiday, bro.
Look at the odometer in his car, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And that was with the Kia, bro.
I had this Kia. I've seen the odometer.
So it was like 100. Bro, I bought that on 60K, 60,000. Now it's 150, 170. Yeah, but like, I tell you what, man, like I got in 2017. Our semester were so we were doing trimesters. So it was, instead of 7 years, it's 4.5 years. So you'll do trimesters, and
that's tough.
And it's 12 weeks on, exams, 3 weeks off. 3 weeks off, stress, pass exams, come back, work for 3 weeks, make my money. I'll drive down, I'll work in Vodafone, text the boys, they shouted me with a job, then drive back and restart the whole thing. That was on the move for 4 years and 8 months, on the go.
Damn.
So that hustle mentality never stopped. So when I came back here, I didn't expect medicine to be the way I wanted it, right? But I always had the hustle mentality. That's why I stepped out of the hospital quickly and realized, actually, hang on, my approach is very different to that. And we owe it to our parents. Because dad, somehow, this man, semi-retired, pulled a car and started making money as a driving instructor. And he got me through med school by doing driving.
Wow.
So there's stories and there's stories, right? Yeah. But these are the stories out there. These are the ethnic stories.
There is.
And religion was
I got my license. So.
There you go, bro. Everyone got his license. So that man would not be sitting at home. Every time I was going, like, I've got sessions, and I'll be working, he'll be working. We just put the money together, and somehow we pulled it through. So when you pull through, your stress tolerance is no longer like, oh, I can make it. No, my stress tolerance went from I'm making it to like here. So now it's like I don't give a shit anymore. Like that's why when I did this podcast, that's when I got these boys on, when I got you guys on. For me, it's just like I love failing. Failing is just, it's something that comes natural to me now. Because for me, failing isn't like, oh my God, I'm broken. Oh my God. No, for me, it's like, oh shit, okay, I learned something there.
It's a learning experience. It's a learning experience. You have to beat the learning curve.
Always.
Yeah.
So Mandaeism is one of these things, is that you fail, then you find your way back. And the way you find your way back is in the most amazing ways possible. It's just like self-discovery. And Mandaeism is amazing. It's something that you boys will go through and you realize, hang on, that's what it feels like to be Mandaean, because it's a very proud identity. Yeah, I feel like we're missing it because of this modern sort of.
That's also a thing that I think the youth is trying to put across, is like for us not to lose the actual meaning of our religion, and for us to like actually like educate the people of the youth of like what we are.
And what are we? What is
Did you have that kind of shift in how you understood the religion, like the way that Yahya did? How you went from like traditional, or maybe became more, libertarian?
I mean, I'll be honest.
Did it change?
I'll be honest. My family is like, we're only like very religious when it comes to all the marriage side of things,
and like the curse and stuff.
Yeah, and all that stuff. But it's like, my parents have like very laid back, so that's why I can't really relate to how like traditional it is for you guys here. But I would want to say, like, with the talks that I've had with my parents, and just as I grew up, I realized that like people that I don't even know like know me, and that's not like, it's not even because like I've done something or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just because of the family I'm a part of.
Which is good.
And it's like, that made me then think like, damn, like I started like wanting to learn more about the religion and everything purely on the fact of like, I just want to understand. I love understanding. And there's one thing I like to do is like, one thing I like to follow is if I can't control the outcome, I don't give a shit about it. Like, I don't know, like it sounds a little bit harsh.
No, it's good.
That's
a
how
good
it should
way.
be.
Like, if I can control it, bro, I want to understand it. I want to study it. I want to like be able to learn and help others as well.
And immerse myself in it.
That's right. So with the religion, I feel like I haven't hit the
Immersion part.
not the immersion part, the point that Yahya went,
That shift.
like that shift
Yeah.
quite yet, because I'm still young, man.
It's still,
Yeah,
it's
no,
with
it's
age.
still fair enough.
Religion
Yeah,
is
It will
age,
happen. It will happen. Like I know that it's gonna happen later on. I don't know when, but I know it's gonna happen later on. But the one thing I've started to adapt into my life is not being afraid of failing, and like instead of me just like being like, oh, I know I'm gonna fail here, like I'm just not gonna do it. I'll be like, no, I know there's a possibility I might fail, but if I try, it might come out better in the end for me. It might.
Yeah.
It's just like outweighing the positives and the negatives of the situation.
Yeah, you're not losing anything. Like I actually don't even see any negatives in it because you're not losing anything in attempting to understand something.
That is also
Yeah.
very true. But
So what is your understanding of Mandaeism so far? I think that's a good question to throw.
I feel like on a day-to-day basis, like Lewis, I'm still understanding fully, because I obviously grew up with my parents not being that religious, other than like Karsa and Eid and like just the wedding side of things.
Yeah.
But from my understanding right now, I feel like if someone was to ask me what is Mandaean, I would still, like right now, I would still struggle in being like what is it? Honestly, like that's purely my understanding right now.
What is your Western understanding of it?
The only thing I know is we follow good old John the Baptist and Jesus, mate.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Interesting.
See, that's the thing. If you were to genuinely ask me, I wouldn't know, and I'm not proud about that. I don't want to be sitting here and be like, "Oh, I'm so proud that I only know that much." Like, I want to know more.
So the idea of following John, everyone, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a complicated question to be fair, but it's like we're followers of John the Baptist. We're agnostics, which I'll get into later. We're obviously monotheistic. We have very similar moral traits to some of the Abrahamic religions, but we're not Abrahamic. We're actually we're ancient. We predate, yeah.
Abrahamic religion.
Like as of recent, there have been studies coming out that, obviously before they thought that we came from a Jewish tribe or something like that, but as of recent, it's actually been proven that we've actually lived alongside them. So
in
it's Mesopotamia, and even recently I saw something that said we came from Libya, like ancient Libya or some shit. So we actually don't even know, bro. Like, it's crazy.
A lot of our books have been destroyed, unfortunately.
Yeah, and anyways, so that's one of our things, and we don't. The thing about Jesus is that we have a lot of prophets that coexist also with the Abrahamic religions, like Abraham and Moses and all them. But our last prophet was John the Baptist.
Oh, okay.
And Jesus obviously came after John the Baptist.
Oh, okay.
So we don't see Jesus the same way that we see John the Baptist.
And John the
or some
Baptist
of the
is not the
founder.
He's not the founder of the
No,
religion.
of course not. Yeah.
No, yeah,
he's more like a teacher.
He's
That's
just a
what I
teacher.
got. He's
More
a
like a
teacher.
teacher.
I knew
Exactly.
that John the Baptist was a teacher, but it's like, again, it's like if someone was to ask me, like, the difference between my knowledge of it and Erdwan's knowledge of it is two completely different things. I can honestly say, like, that's partly my fault because I just haven't sat down.
But that's
and done
fair
the
enough.
research
But
for it.
yeah,
like,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
we talk like this. This will be like our discussion at the gym. Me and Rewan. Like we'll just talk about it, like in the sauna and the stuff. Like that's the stuff that interests us. So we talk about it. We wanted to know more about our identity. Then you get to a point, you're like, I'm content where I am at the moment with my understanding. Once I hit another epiphany phase, then I'll just do my research again. But it does create a level of peace in your life when you know there's like bigger things out there. Because Hayya represents that.
When I remember when I came into this community a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago, back whenever, right? I wasn't really close to being Mandaean, being this and that, right? I remember I had an awakening. I actually had an awakening. I talked to Dad and I talked to Mama and I was like, Baba, Mama, I'm going to make make a name for myself in this community, right?
I'm glad.
Right? Because I want to do that. Because I want to come close to my religion. Because I want to come close to my people. Because I want to make this community better. Part of Mandaean for me is growing alongside my community.
Yeah, that's important.
Big time alongside. If my community isn't close to their religion, right? Why am I getting close to my religion?
I said I always look at the Coptics, bro. Like I've always talked about it. Those boys on that crew is so tight, so tight. And the reason why I said this is because I lived alongside them, like up in Bondi. Like these guys, quite wealthy. All their kids come from doctors and constructions, so like they would be sending 2-3 kids at a time, bro. That's like $1 million, like just out of pocket. I'm like, fuck, man. But they're so tight. And the first thing you'll see is they love their religion. They love the church. They had their own like religious club at Bond where they got each other through. They'll get each other into Bond. Should be saying that, but they helped each other get into Bond, and then they'll get each other through the medical program. And the only reason why is because they just have each other's backs, and half of them will get married to each other. Like that's how wonderful it is.
Wait, the guys.
I mean,
that's what popped in my head. I was like, what the fuck?
They'll meet the right girls. The girls will be 1 year. Like it's amazing. And right now I know 3 couples who graduated with me who are getting married or already married, right? And it's just an easy thing, right? That's part of being like part of a community, is that you have a crew. Just get to know each other, build good relationships and foundations. Don't fuck around, right? And that's what a lot of the boys do these days, right? They go around, they create a bad name for themselves, they create trouble.
And then when it comes down to the point where like, shit, I should make a good name for myself.
It's like, too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late, and people remember these things. Even if you want to come and change, it's hard because people always remember the negatives about you.
Yeah. That's why I said word of mouth, man.
Be careful,
really
man.
Word of mouth. God damn.
Yeah, bro, and it's interesting that you mentioned marriage, bro. Because like I was gonna ask you, like, what do you reckon the trend in the marriages in our communities as of now? What do you think it's gonna be? What do you reckon?
Me? The trend?
Like, what do you just think about the marriages in our community and where it's heading? Honestly,
I honestly have I don't actually know. That's why that's
probably the best answer.
That's honestly why I Googled, because there's no clear path. In my eyes, there's no clear path.
As in, what do you mean by no clear path?
Because we're just focused on ourselves, right? We're focused on ourselves at the moment. I'll speak on a personal note, right? Right now, 21, I'm focused on myself, and I'm probably going to focus on myself for the next 5-6 years.
And that's okay. You're expected as a man not to be paying attention to dating and women until your late 20s. Yeah. That's okay. That's normal, bro.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I never say that's not the right thing to do. Mm. But when it comes to marriage, I think being part of a community helps a lot. Yeah. Because you have a choice, 100%. Right? You just create a good name for yourself, and it goes both ways for the guys and the girls, right? We're speaking like frankly here that it's a very small community, as we said, right? So things do go around. It's better that you build a good name for yourself, right? Mm. And when you choose to approach a girl, you're approaching her for the right reasons, and that is marriage and a serious relationship, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, a lot of the boys out there now are just misbehaving in a way. They carry this around thinking this is not a community that can do that, but you can't, because everyone will know about it, right?
And I feel like the reason why they go around doing bad things is social media has a huge play.
Like you just like a
huge play, because bro, let's say you were just like you had a bunch of boys or whatever, and the one of them, like they said, oh, let's go partying, let's go clubbing. All the other boys except for you were like everyone was saying yes, but you were like, nah, my parents, that's not for me. Like my parents said to me, that's not something I should be doing.
You'd straight up get ditched.
They would straight up ditch me, or like not me, but like they'll ditch you because it's like.
Because you're not thinking like
they'll
them.
think you're lame because you're not cool enough or whatever. It's just the society, the way the society has been built around social media is so bad.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have an X amount of followers, or if you don't have a lot of people that you know or whatever, they just think you're weird or you're lonely or whatever. It's just like, and then the thing is because they're in that phase of I want to party, I want to drink. Why
then you should
so
not be.
lame,
You should
whatever.
not be
Exactly.
getting involved in the community. And I always say that don't get
Exactly.
involved. Don't go there. Like just do your thing. Stay away from creating such a name for yourself and a rep for yourself, because it really comes back to bite you. And it'll bite you up the ass so fucking hard that you either get excluded or you don't end up with a good woman in your life. And we, as the men in this community, we have the biggest responsibility to keep this up. Okay, keep up protecting our women, protecting the standards, and because at the end of the day, like you're bound to get married within the community. It's easier. It's easier to raise kids, man.
It's gonna happen naturally anyway if you're all that connected.
I actually had a question.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on like people marrying outside the religion?
Yeah, it's bound to come up.
What do you reckon?
I don't approve of it. I don't. Like I'll congratulate that person if I know him, and I've got a few friends who've done it.
Like,
right?
would you stay friends with them or close, or would you be afraid that people?
No, dude. I'll be friends. It's okay, but I wouldn't attend the wedding. I wouldn't attend these sort of stuff because that shows support. I'm sorry, even if you're friends of mine, that's just how it is.
I think there was something that Daniel said when he was on. He said
pretty much the same thing.
He said what did he say? He said if you want to do that badly, go ahead and do it, but don't expect me to validate you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you're willing to sacrifice your family or like your community to do it, all right, fuck, go do it, bro. Go do it. It seems like you're keen enough, go do it. But don't expect us to validate you.
Yeah, 100%.
And like that's the biggest thing is that like I was gonna actually bring it around back to social media, because like I think another issue is that men are genuinely scared to talk to women now because of all the
honestly, I
stigma.
bro.
the stigma. It is, but that's how it's become. now.
rejection, bro.
And then plus the community being this very, to some degree, the community is libertarian, but it's already tough enough.
It's a very reserved community. It's very gate kept.
And I love that about it.
Yeah.
That's one way to protect the children and protect the generations to come. As more like, you guys would have come across those pages on social media. What's it called?
Defend your family. Defend your family with Mandaeanism.
You were hailing, bro.
That sounds like the next slogan for a fucking campaign election,
We all know
bro.
that means the umbrella. Defend
What in
your
the
family.
propaganda, bro?
Defend your family with Mandaeanism.
That's going to be the slogan for our fucking podcast.
That should start with that.
Yeah, defend your family, cunts.
Defend your family with Mandaeanism. No, it's true though, man. I'm telling you, having a community will ensure not just a greater purpose for the men, greater purpose for the women, but your kids are safe.
Present,
You know that.
present and
Guaranteed.
future. That's what's gonna help.
There was this Mandaean fucking social media. What's the Mandaean? There's a Mandaean social media page that people.
Oh, what's it called? Yeah, with the gossip page.
The gossip. What's the Mandaean gossip?
No, it's Mandaean.
Yeah.
No, it's Mandaean gossip.
Mandaean gossip.
Is it actually?
Mandaean
Yeah,
gossip.
and people just like
Bro, pull it up. I just want to read a few things because this shit is interesting.
Because I think the admin stopped for a while. She's like, "Oh, I was getting too many bad comments or some shit."
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's
And I was like, Fuck.
That is not they were getting probably hate and like.
"Oh, bro," because you know what she would do, right? Oh, what they
Mandaean
would
confessions.
Yes,
Mandaean confession. Shout out to Mandaean confessions,
Do you want me to
bro.
read one? Do you want
Let's
to read
just
one?
read like a few things and just give us ideas.
Okay.
We need you back, Mandaean confessions.
Support.
Actually,
Bring back the Mandaean confession
bring
page.
it back, bro. Come on.
All right, show one.
This is one from an anonymous lady. I'm pretty.
They're all anonymous, guys.
You didn't scroll down a little bit to see the
This one says, and I quote, "This goes out to the Mandaean guys around the ages of 25 to 35. I'm sick of you sending your parents instead of talking directly to me. What are you so afraid of?
They're just traditional, bro. They're
I
traditional
know,
men.
fuck.
Like,
I know.
come on.
And all I want is an honest person to approach me instead of sending their parents. And don't BS me about being shy because most guys have at least dated once prior. I'm sick and tired of this dishonesty."
facts.
But it's not dishonesty. It's traditions. Like a lot of men are doing that.
That's again the social media has put a huge image on like the way our religion is meant to be perceived, because we're so traditional and like the way you ask for a girl's hand, you have to go to the girl's house with your parents, and your parents do the talking.
I did that previously, bro, and I've done it multiple times. Like,
And you would know that.
And I knew this is the right thing to do. Like, I would still do it every time. I would still approach and I would go ask for permission. Once I know the girl to a certain extent, once I think it's the right thing to do, I would do that. Like, even if I haven't done it, I will do it for the future because it's the right thing a gentleman should do. You shouldn't be taking a girl out without her parents' permission. I always tell the girl, whatever it is, and I've always had this rule, right? Regardless, you're free to tell your parents, right? But remember, the moment you tell your parents, it's a clock. The clock has started. Or put pressure on you, or put pressure on me, right? So they know that, right? So when you go there and you ask for permission, it's fucking scary, bro.
It's an official, like an official thing, bro.
I'm asking to take your daughter out on dates.
It's
right?
essentially a time bomb.
It's a time bomb.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a lot of pressure for the man, right? So for the guy to use his family, it's like, it's actually not a bad idea because if you do it traditionally and if it doesn't go well, the families will always remain friends. There's nothing wrong with that, right? If it's like the families get along, they talked, the girl and the guy got together, they just weren't compatible. Great, thank you. I didn't approach you in the first place and took you out. It was more of like just family doing it.
Like it wasn't super awkward. It wasn't just like. Yeah.
So I see the benefits to that. Yeah, I think as a man, just approach, brother. Approach. You should approach.
I don't think that has anything to do with religion, though. That's just more like.
That's more culture.
That's tradition, bro. Yeah.
That's more just shooting your shot.
And like
at the family. I mean, you are, bro. Because when you think about it, when you're taking a girl in our cultures.
I'll tell you what. Sorry to cut
No,
you
it's all good.
But this is exactly what he was just talking about, the whole tradition. I just found another confession.
Oh shit! Okay.
She's about to get deep, bro.
I just saw one of the comments.
Bro, those comments are fucking spicy, bro.
I used to stay up late reading that
Bro,
stuff.
do you know what if I want to suss out a girl if she's like feminist or not? I'll be like, what do you think of the page? And her answer, I'll be like, all right, cool, man.
That's the only qualifier.
And that quote. I wanted to ask the ladies and guys a question. How are we supposed to get to know each other in our own religion if our parents won't let the other gender talk to each other? It's already difficult enough to find the someone that we love, but it's harder if we hide and wish someone to magically appear into our life. For me, it feels like I don't have anyone that I can connect with, and that's difficult, especially within our religion. How can someone meet a Mandaean without having to do an FBI search on social media to find the one? I'm 27 male.
That's a male?
I thought it was a chick.
Bro, I thought that was like a 19-year-old girl, bro.
And one of the comments said, Mandaean Tinder might work.
There's one. There is mingle or something.
There is one. Yeah, there is.
Bro, someone created it. Someone created
Bro,
it.
it's a website. It's a proper website.
And they hit me up on Instagram. Would you like us to find your love of life? I'm like,
oh my god! Remember when he came up to me and said they made one, and I was like, the first reaction was like, bro, it's gonna be just the same 5 girls, just
and the 5 guys,
and the 5 guys just circling.
Come on, man.
I didn't even know that was a thing, man.
But like, it's tough that. Look, everyone's on Instagram. Just at least slide in, man. DM. If she doesn't reply, she doesn't reply. But she knows you're Mandaean, she's Mandaean. Just, I think we somehow gravitated
towards it. What is it, MandaeanMingle.com?
I don't know, man. I think so. Something.
Brother got excited.
Something, bro. I don't know.
Instantly hopped onto it.
This is the FBI search. It says nothing found.
Oh, I think they deleted the app. I think they deleted it.
I don't think they're letting you on it. Maybe that's
it was on for a while and then it got deleted, I think. Yeah. But like, there was a lot of very spicy things on this Mandaean confession page. And a lot of it just
I can see
brings hatred onto the forefront with these people that commenting. A lot of attacking. Oh, a girl shouldn't be doing this. A guy does that, but we can't do that. And it's like, man, it's we don't set up the rules. These are the rules of our religion, unfortunately, and we should not be talking about it. The clergymen have set these rules up. Just adapt and move on and get the best out of it, right? But it's tough. It's not easy, bro. Like
it's gonna take us a while to just make it a natural thing. I reckon it's gonna take decades until the community it just becomes like a natural thing where it's like we don't have to discuss these things. We still discuss them, but it's not controversial. To
build on to what you're saying, I think it's going to either make or break. I honestly think it's either going to make or break in our generation, especially.
I want to talk about something, but I don't know if it's appropriate to talk about.
Just talk about it.
I was about to.
Like, I want to talk because like I've been able to relate it so much to social biology, like the social construct of manhood and womanhood and how it has integrated itself so well into Mandaeism that I'm like, bro, this is Mandaeism the whole way.
I'm going to give you guys a conundrum.
A conundrum.
Conundrum.
It's a nice word.
If what makes a woman valuable is that she's pure,
fuck.
Is that she's pure, she's like, you know what makes a woman valuable? I don't have to say it, right?
Yeah.
What if, and it also depends on how many men she attracts. If she attracts a lot of high quality men, then she's high quality naturally. So,
But a lot of women can do that these days.
yeah, but I'm saying if you can attract high quality men.
Look, women are born with value, man.
I'm saying no, but I'm not getting to it. Just wait. Don't become a doctor. Just wait.
No, I'm not talking about shit.
Just wait.
He's quoting. This is Andrew Tate right here.
Yeah.
If you let's say it's a woman with a lot of money. She's wealthy.
Okay.
Because she's wealthy, she's naturally
Gonna be attracted to the fucking top one.
she wants things her way because that's how women are when they get wealthy.
Because when they're successful, they tend to be more type A personalities, which means
Yes,
it's my way
exactly.
or the fucking highway
So
Yeah.
is that
That's right.
woman still high value?
in her own ways.
So would you go for a woman like that?
Nah,
Why not? So she's
Comes
not high
down to
value.
personal preference.
it's personal
Well,
preference.
no, I'm
bro.
asking you. What
The reason why I
what does
would-
not make her high value for you?
Do you want to answer that? Because I want my own fucking answer. I can go all day.
You said, bro.
I'll tell you. Please, bro. And then Lewis.
Just go around.
I'll answer last.
All right.
Your head's the last.
I'll answer last.
No, you're starting first.
Yeah, no,
no,
You're starting first.
No, go ahead, bro.
Fucking go.
What makes a woman lower value to me if she's already high value but acts like that is the way that I'm supposed to be viewed to her.
So if you're not leading by example and she doesn't look up to you, then
If I'm not leading by example and she doesn't look up to me, right? I feel like I'm degrading myself. I feel like it's a bit degrading and I feel a bit less.
Do you feel like you lose your like
Dignity?
masculine urge?
yeah,
It's
you
just-
do.
just-
You do
just like-
because
You do.
it's a headache.
Yes,
it's a
you
fucking
do,
headache.
because if I'm speaking honestly,
Speaking from personal experience.
it's a headache. It is.
Bro, I don't want to go home and get.
I'm not saying about me, bro.
I don't
Like I'm out
I
there.
just sounded like you come
Like
from personal experience, bro.
like no,
I'm
it's just
I'm
I've
out there
dated women.
busting my
I've dated
ass.
women like that, bro, and they're not
Just not for you.
they not for me, but they're also not nice and pleasant to be around.
Yeah.
Because the reason being is
That's
just
what I was
like
trying to get to. Yeah.
like they're not. The more type A they are, the more competitive they are, and they want things their way. But that's a man's trait
Exactly.
by default.
Big time. That's what I was about to say.
Unless you're a bitch, unless you're a beta, whatever you want to call it, unless you've been raised by a household of women and you don't have a good example or good role model of manhood in your life, you by nature you are a competitor. You're out there.
Yeah.
You're pulling money. You're putting bread on the fucking table. If a woman tries to do
Surpass
that or like even match it, I don't need that. I'm not marrying you for this reason at all.
Yeah.
And the reason being is it becomes a headache. It becomes a battle where I'm constantly needing to make her happy, make myself happy, right? And just avoid trouble, right? But in reality, we're not looking for that in a woman at all.
I'll quote a poem that I recently read. It was an Arabic poem, but I translated it and I can't remember who the author was. Happiness is yours, pain is mine. Relief is yours, stress is mine. This is also a very rough translation. I can't remember. Can't remember most of it. Happiness is yours, pain is mine. Relief is yours, stress is mine. Health is yours, and then like sickness is mine, but you are mine.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like my personal interpretation of that poem was, I will give you the world. I will give you everything. I will give you everything that you want, right? But in turn, right, you are mine, right? You are with me because I give you that, right? Right? And you can't, like, how I interpreted it is that you can't surpass that. There is nothing better than that because it's me giving it to you. Right?
Yeah, you're leading by example again.
You're leading
It's-
by
it's-
example.
She should be looking up to you all the time. The moment it becomes more of like competition, stuff like that, you're already losing a lot of value and you're losing a lot of time. And it's just a time ticking bomb before it ends. And that's what I always say. I always say, make sure when you pick a partner, you're picking it on the basis that she looks up to you, right? Because if she doesn't, you're not doing your job properly. You're going to be struggling along the way, and it's exhausting. It's so fucking exhausting for the man, bro. And it affects your mental health in so many different ways that you end up slacking off in the gym, slacking with your health, your physical health, slacking in your job, and falling behind.
And not seeing your friends as much as you should.
Yeah, like
That's
all
a big
these
thing,
things,
yeah.
all these things that you just start cutting out, and you just don't want that. So I personal experience and personal preference is that you should never adhere to those sort of rules. Yes, it's okay for women to be successful, and I feel like they should be in their own ways.
Yeah.
I definitely, I'm a big believer in a woman with a career. And the reason being is it forms part of your identity, keeps you mentally stable. And that's very important, right? But a lot of times when we pick a partner, we're not picking her for her career. Like, it's good that you're intellectually stimulating to me, right? But there are other things that are important. Like, are you going to be able to look after the kids? Because there's going to be a time where you're going to be away from work, right? Yes, you can work still once the babies are older, right? But the mother's presence in the first 5 years is very vital, very important to be around. So if you're not around and you're expecting the guy to sit at home and look after them, we're not made for this. We never will be made for this.
Agreed.
I will never look after them the way you look after them because I don't have the patience for it.
It's the nurturing. A mother's meant to nurture.
Yeah.
And we're meant to.
And if you're supporting her the right way, she will nurture them the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Because
100%.
women go through their own depression and anxiety period in pregnancy and delivery. I think there's a female she's got fucking red hair. What's her name? She's very like anti-woman, and she believes like the men are better. I don't believe in everything. I don't agree with everything she says.
I don't agree with everything that she says, but a lot of her points are very, 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 very influential in
I don't know who you're talking
I
about.
don't know.
What's her name?
I can't remember her name. Let me
Right,
search
search
that
her
up.
up.
Let me
Like,
search
there was
that up.
something that they said the other day in one of the podcasts, and she was like, "Women are more likely to kill the babies." Straight up, I'm like, I don't agree with that. And the reason why I don't agree with that personally is she's like, the data's there. I'm like, the data's there, of course, fair enough. If you have a right household with a right partner that supports you, you should never feel that way.
Facts.
It shouldn't even be brought up.
You should never,
it shouldn't be a
like,
conversation.
I'm going to be able to identify my woman's weakness, and I'm going to make sure it's always not Band-Aid, but taken care of. Especially when you first deliver the baby, you go through something called baby blues, which is this hormonal drop. The mother may feel anxious. She may go through a depressive phase. Some extreme cases are psychosis. They just detach from reality, and that's common. That's very uncommon, but that's a dangerous, like, presentation that they end up being admitted to hospital with. If you have the right partner by your side, he should at least be aware of your behavior, that you're not being normal, right? Take some time off, man. Work from home. Look after her. Look after the kids. I kid you, once I had a telehealth conversation. I call her and she's like, "Oh, I'm just a bit depressed." I'm like, why? She's like, "Oh, I just gave birth to my baby, but I don't feel safe." I'm like, she's like, "I feel like I'm going to hurt my baby." What? Yeah. So because of that, I ended up quickly, I'm like, shit, I can't fucking call her. Why? She was all the way in Adelaide. Where's that come from? Okay. So, like, she called and she was in Adelaide. So she wasn't here. So I had to call ambulance for her to go home to her place to check up on her and the baby, right? This shit happens. They were okay. She was all right. She was just a bit like...
I don't get it. Why does she feel like she's going to kill her baby?
Because that's the emotional downstream in hormones when they give birth.
Damn,
you go through that.
It's
right?
that bad.
You go through that. Now, if you go through that and you don't have the right support, manhood support I'm talking about, it's very challenging for a woman, especially if she doesn't have the right role model growing up, or she's growing up with an anxious man, a man that is always weak around his wife, and the wife is one that has to pull everything together. She's going to raise masculine women. And that's something that we always have to talk about. That's very important. What's going on?
Is it whose mic is it?
I don't know.
No, it's not Mike.
Where's John's headphones?
Is it headphones?
Is that better?
Wait, talk. When you talk.
Where is it? Where's it coming from?
Feels like
Feedback.
I don't know.
Hello.
Hello.
It was never there before. Yeah, move the phone. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so part of it is the fact that it's very interesting because lack of presence of a man in the family. Like right now, I see my older brother. He's got 2 kids, right? But they're both females. He's teaching them to be loving of men, but he treats them like he's their best friend. So you see them the way around him. There will always be kids. He treats his wife that way as well, right? She always feels safe. That's all what a woman needs, just to feel safe, right? But if she's grown up in a household where there's no fatherhood figure, or the father's not strong enough to lead, then you'll likely develop masculine women along the way who will always think it's their way or the highway, which is not it won't be a good, successful outcome for the kids, because she will just empower them that way, right? A man, yes, you grow up that way, you're strong enough, but a woman, she will masculinate the woman, and you should never do that. So I've seen it too many times, and I can see the failure in the long run because the man is sort of stripped of his identity. And you have to be very self-aware of that when you're dating out there, is that those are the red flags that you got to look out for early on, straight away. Hey, something's off here. She's pushy, or she wants it her way. Then you know something's off at home. The first thing you should do is like, tell me more about your family. What is it like? What is it like growing up, right? And from there, you'll just fit the puzzles together.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was gonna say, like I feel like when you mentioned family, like the dynamics in family is the biggest thing, bro. Like I feel like if like that literally can make, like using Lewis's words, that can literally make or break a person.
Yes.
Like if even there's one dysfunctional member, whether it's the mom or the dad or even the siblings, that's gonna strip a whole portion of their personality, or give them issues. So I feel like it's I think it's an interesting
but no family's perfect.
Huh? No family's perfect,
not,
but we're talking about future generations.
We're saying properly.
We're talking like
exactly.
Like I'm talking about how to.
I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah. Like
of course,
no family's perfect, bro. There's more. Bro, there are more beta males out there than alpha males. That's just how it is, right? And unfortunately, that's just how it is.
Society these days, especially.
Yeah.
Right?
Society these days, especially, there's more.
Like you're pushing for more equality, all these sort of things. The women don't know what the hell this is about. She's working more, she's pushing more. She's like, I'm equal to the men, but we're not equal. I'm not saying that in a bad way. We should not be equal. We all bring different things to the table, right? I should provide and should protect you. Okay, that's my role. If someone steps into that boundary, then automatically it's not going to work out, right? So you have to understand that as a man. So when I talk about these things, I'm talking about that because for future generations, you're picking the partner based on the quality that she's going to be a good mother to your kids and will look after them, right? That's very important to us, man. I don't think we talk about this publicly because we're so afraid of it, but that is the reality of it. Like her career is so important to her, absolutely, right? But at one point, when children come in the way, I know that she needs to go back to work eventually, right? But there's that vital time frame where it's like her presence with the kids is so important because that emotional attachment is what's going to build up a stable baby over the long run. Yeah. If it's not there, it's not there. I've seen it. I've seen it in the hospitals. I've seen it with all the kids that come through. So I'm talking facts. I'm talking based on what I've seen. I'm not talking like out of my ass. So if you don't know how to do this properly, okay, at least be aware of your choices. Don't choose a woman thinking she's going to be bringing you up and being successful, because for a man, I don't think we care about these things as much as we should be.
Yeah. Well, look, I think we should bring it back to the community because the last 15 minutes, it's probably been Tate uncensored for the last 15 minutes. We're talking about girls, so I think we should. I think. Look, I was going to ask you. This is going to be the last talking point. What do you reckon is the future of our community is going to look like?
Yeah, it's fine.
Just
That's
in
cool.
general, not I asked before the future and like marriage. This is like the community. This is like in general. So,
what do
you reckon?
Look, the way that the MIA is trying to like carve the community, the path that we're creating and the opportunities that we're trying to open up, like the doors that we're trying to open up, I have a very, very good hope.
Yeah.
Very good faith in this community that we're trying to build. That we're not trying to build, that we're trying to revamp. I would call it a community revamp.
Yeah.
Especially with lots of things that are coming under the table that are on the table right now on the drawing board.
Under the table.
Sounds like a shady deal, bro.
The brown bag under the table, cuz?
Like, are you getting council approving on things?
Yeah, that's it. All right. I have very high hopes for this community. in the next 5, 10, 15, 20.
We are the leaders. We're going to be the leaders there, bro. So we have to lead by example. We've got to be there. I feel like I did my time, bro. So I don't know. Like
I think it's about time a new generation came in and just kind of.
It's about time you come back in.
Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. It's let me just graduate and then we'll talk about me coming back in.
No, but I like you're quite active now, aren't you?
I mean, like I said at the start, it's like I'm a part of the main group, but it's like when it comes to me putting out my opinion and stuff, it's not like when we're sitting at the table. It's more like if I have just some idea that just pops up in my head, I would bring it to Lewis, and sometimes he would just say it for me. It's not like I don't know how to speak for myself.
It's like he feels like, to build on to what you're saying, I think you feel like you're still in a probation period.
Exactly. Like I'm still like feeling out what we're actually like going for, and like
like what the goal is.
Yeah. And also like the right way I should be introducing ideas into the group and everything. Because like I said, I'm still new, so I don't want to speak.
Who's still there?
Everyone.
Like everyone that was there. No, who's new? Is there no one?
There's
I mean, there is three
new members.
There's three new people,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
Okay, cool.
Like, are they consistent? Are they sticking around? Are they consistent sticking around, or
hopefully we think they're going to be consistent, and they have ideas. They have ideas that we want to build on, and then we want to
That's what I'm noticing.
So that was honestly one of the things I liked, which was we went out to the community to be like, who wants to join? Because instead of us just bringing the people we want,
we had a consensus.
We had a consensus of like, no, we want people who are willing to put in the effort for the community, instead of like, oh, I just want to do it just so I have a good name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's
not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all. But it's like if you don't want to put in the effort for the like the main group, especially, like if you want to volunteer, that's one thing I understood. Is like if you want to volunteer,
it's volunteering is hard, bro. It's a hard work.
Like, no, it is. But like when I mean volunteer, like just like if you're part of the, I don't even know if that mini group, like the bunch of people just volunteers. I don't think we actually like worry about those anymore. You know how like Abdullah and all that stuff. Like when I first joined, we were part of that volunteer group.
Oh, is that still around?
That's still around, isn't it? The bigger group.
Bro, I don't know.
Oh, really?
No?
It's not that active. Like you sort of call upon them when there's a big event.
Yeah. I feel like that's when you call upon them. All right.
It's always like, nah. I'm gonna show you. It doesn't exist. Nah, because like I remember, like Daniel sort of introduced. He said, "Look, just keep these people around. I know they don't want to be too active, but keep them around." But then realized no one was really answering. And that's the problem.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear yourself?
Just cut out for a second.
But it's okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Yeah, like it's hard. It's hard leading. It's hard leading the youth though.
We're no longer a group that asks people to join us. We have people asking to join us.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think,
That's
we have people asking to join us, to come in, to be a part of the youth group, because they're seeing what we do, what
the impact that we want to.
They're seeing what we're trying to stand for,
and
that is our end goal.
Yeah,
that is our end goal. That's what we're trying to achieve. That's what we want at the end of the day. Because what do we get out of it? We don't get anything out of it. We want what's best. We want what's best for our community.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I genuinely think within the next probably 10, 15 years, we're going to see more people wanting to join. We're going to see a big community because
I think less. I don't think 10. I think.
You're saying less years? Yeah.
I think the next 5.
I think if you pump the right people into it, you'll get what you want out of it.
If we like have good ideas that actually like people see the main goal that we want, which is to like pretty much like honestly the way I think of it is like we do all the stuff we want to do right now to get more people to actually be like, oh, we are not forgotten. Like we are like this is. Like you do have a community. Like we put exposure out there, so they're like, okay, you do have a community. Don't forget about us. You know,
I like that.
Yeah. To be honest, I think most of the people that join that are younger. They don't. To be fair, they don't join because of the I want to do events and all that. They just want to join so they can have friends.
Some people
I think
don't.
that's actually the biggest thing.
Do you know what it's like?
Big reason why I joined.
That's the reason.
That's
the reason
I joined.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the same as me, because I did want to. I honestly wanted to help out, but as like Lewis said, I'm like still part of the probation period.
We're gonna stick with that. Right?
What do you think is going to be some of the challenges for you guys?
It was something that I was doing. So when
It was not straight.
before
I just want to like. It's not like a probation period. Like if
No,
you're-
you've signed the
if you're not
contract,
good-
bro. You've signed the contract.
Bro, no, like it's
You signed the contract, bro.
before Erdwan joined, before I sort of brought in Erdwan into into this environment,
Yeah.
I was going to meetings. I was the only one in our friend group
Mm.
going to those meetings, right? And I felt like if I introduced the boys into this environment where we have meetings, the MYA, all that kind of stuff, we're gonna grow as boys,
Yeah, it's good. That's what you want.
right? That's what I wanted.
and as well as that, we could help with the community as well.
Yeah.
I tell you what, like I'm glad that you guys joined up for a start, and the reason why I say I'm glad is because what was that? That's from my chair, from the chair.
It's gonna break out.
No, I hope not. This is like assembled together, bro. It's you make those links for the longer run, and you don't know when you're gonna need these people in your life. Like me, Anwar, and Daniel, and Emil. It was me, Emil, and Daniel. We were just like chilling one day, like, hey, let's have a men's day Wednesday, which just like. It was on Wednesday. It was at the old spot. Sit there after uni, after school, and just talk shit for like a couple of hours. And then Anwar joined. And it's still the same. Like when we sit down, these are the memories that we form. These are the things that we still talk about. And these are the moments and the memories that you'll form for the rest of your life with these sort of people.
Yeah.
I think the Mandaean Youth is one step closer to making those real connections. And also, I do see it being the role model for future generations. It will be hard. It will be hard. There's a lot of expectation on you guys to do well,
Big time.
which is great. I want you guys to do that.
Which is pushing us to do excellent.
I thought I was gonna sneeze, but
Then
it just disappeared. So yes, it's good, but then you guys by default are leaders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So being leaders means you in public, like you'll be leading by example. In private, you'll be leading by example, and people expect things out of you. And yeah, I think Mandaeism teaches you to be a leader by anything, but by default,
Big
really.
time.
So just by being a man itself, you are a leader. So it's quite an important role to quite at a young age and know how to present yourself in public and what to say and what to not say, and that will take time. That will take time. As I said, the peak for men is at 36, so you have 15 years.
Yeah, we have time, bro.
16 years. But like it's like as you go through and you hit your 20s and you hit your 20s then 30s, life becomes different.
Yeah.
Because right now you boys haven't hit that moment of epiphany where you're like, shit, I only have one life to hit. Like, it hasn't really hit you. And the reason why I hate you is because it will hit you with anxiety and it will hit you with a panic attack. And you will never see it coming. It will just be like, done. And you'll just feel it. And you're like, fuck. And then things change for you completely. And the reason why I say it changes completely for you because your direction in life will change so quickly that you'll become so focused on your goals. Right? Right now, life is good for you right now. It's great. But once you have this epiphany, and everyone goes through in a different time frame, right? But once it goes through, and you're like, I have one life to live, and then I will see it on you boys because your demeanor and behavior will change, right? Which is it's a wonderful time for a man to go through. The reason being is because your risk level goes up, and your willingness to
Act on the risks
and the failures on it just goes up the roof. If you embrace it, that is. So embrace being part of this journey of being Mandaean, I would say. Embrace the cruise and the memories that you make because we all live once, man. Time is limited. So just do everything that you want to do. Present and give back to the community.
Get on as many podcasts as you can.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the last thing.
Are we sure it's the last?
Inshallah. So words of wisdom. All right, so I'm gonna ask either of you start. What is one thing that you want to tell the people that are our age in the community, or just in general our age boys, some words of wisdom or words of encouragement, or even a story, anything.
Have patience.
Yeah. Amen to that, brother.
Elaborate, bro.
Have
Elaborate.
patience. Amen to that, Owen. And I'll elaborate on it because without patience, if you rush into something, you won't know if it's a mistake or not.
Yeah.
Right? Before it happens, right? You have to expand on your thinking. You have to look further than the horizon. You have to look through the vision, through the goggles, and see further than the horizon. Because if you can't see further than the horizon, for me personally speaking, there is no good end result. Because you don't know where you're going. If you think deeper, if you're patient and you wait and you look and you search for a deeper understanding, and you're certain that it's there, you will succeed and you will reach those goals, and you will be.
You just need a lot of patience and discipline.
You will be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
To be the best version, long story short, to be the best version of yourself, you need a lot of patience and discipline, like you said.
There's nothing really else.
And you also need to know where you want to be as a man, and that comes with time.
Amen.
Time is our greatest.
Time is on your side right now, my man.
Huh?
Time is on your side.
Time is our greatest enemy.
Not at this age.
Time is our greatest enemy.
Not at your age.
Yeah, no,
Fuck no, bro.
No, it's our best friend.
Right now, it's your best friend, bro.
Time is your best friend because you get to, like, the reason why I say it's your best friend is because you get to experience life. You get to try things and fail, but still have time to come back.
Yeah, like 20s should be all about like self-discovery. And once you realize, you're like, all right, now I have one life to live.
Like literally, you go through that. Fuck, I have one life to live. Let me just try this out. That's how you see. Maybe this job isn't for me. Let me try something else out. Doesn't work for me. Let me try this out. And then you try everything out, and then you just figure out. Oh, I actually found out what I want to do. This makes me happy. You also come down to a point where you're like, is this something like even with the job, right? Is this something I want to be doing every day? Will I be waking up, enjoying my life, going to work?
Yeah.
I know, like, there's like nowadays, there's so many ways to make money. So many ways. And
you get to a point that money doesn't even make sense anymore. It's just like,
exactly. Like,
where's my passion, bro?
It's like your like your viewpoints on life doesn't become, I want to wake up and make money, because you can make money however the hell you want. Literally find a niche in the market, start a clothing brand, know how to read the algorithms of the trend.
Bro, we were talking about it way back. Start a clothing brand.
Literally just learn the algorithms of a trend and then just follow it.
Just
like,
jump on it.
just follow it, and you will succeed. It takes time. That's why I say time is your best friend, because without time, we wouldn't be here right now.
Put that shit on a shirt, bro.
Put Mintzology on a shirt.
Coming soon. Start a whole clothing
But
brand.
one thing I wanted to say about the words of wisdom is the whole like negatives and positives, just like as a general basis. If everyone has problems, everyone has challenges in their life, and no one is alone. Everyone has
Link up. It's very important to link
Yeah,
up.
so it's many people that go through challenges and everything like that, and especially men. They go through challenges like they feel bad, like they feel like weak. I don't know. It's some people, they feel weak to come to their best friends like us, like to the boys.
Because we've been taught like you should just
be taught to just fight through it yourself. Yeah. Exactly.
It's not right,
But-
bro. Talk to your boys.
Literally talk to your boys, because
Literally.
Little Willy.
I can't say that. When I think
Nah, خلص.
Let it finish, bro.
now every single time I say literally, I have to.
Literally,
it out.
he
No,
kept
no.
saying it. Like little. I'm like literally. Sorry, okay. Serious.
No,
Shut up. Shut up.
But yeah, the one thing that I would want to say is, when you face a problem, instead of just being like, "Oh, I'm in this hole right now, I can't get out of it," you think, "Okay, here's a problem." Like, literally, sometimes what I do, I have a piece of paper. I you know what? I heard myself say it. You know what? I'm gonna change the word. I'm gonna change. Basically, what I would do sometimes is I would get a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, Fuck you, man.
We're not gonna finish
Today's the day when I don't say that word anymore, bro.
Basically.
Lolly.
Oh man.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Go ahead. Nah, shut up.
I would get a blank piece of paper and I would like draw a cloud and I would put the problem, what it is,
Oh yeah, cool.
and I would brainstorm, be like, these are the what negatives there is on the top, and I'll put the positives on the bottom. What are the things that have happened that are bad, like that have impacted me badly,
Yeah.
and what are things that I can do that will help resolve the bad things.
Cool.
And it's like that will help a lot when it comes to knowing how to solve a problem.
Brainstorm.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, brainstorm.
Yeah, that's like writing shit down, writing your thoughts down, just structures the way you think about the world. And it's,
That's why
true,
people
bro.
say
Yeah.
like
Journal, man.
literally. Like,
Literally.
Oh, no, this is
you know what? It's fine, man. That's who I am.
Literally who I am.
Oh my god. Right, now because we bought a Burberry perfume. So now every time I'll call him at school, I'll send him like a voice, like I'll see the patient in between, like,
like, bro, I'm gonna tell you something. He'll be like,
it's just like
anyway.
I'm glad. So journal your thoughts, talk to your boys. It's very important.
and know the positives and the negatives of the situation. That will take you far.
Like just being surrounded by the right people, I think sometimes gives you good words of wisdom.
Yeah.
And have good mentors in life, man. That's very important. Have good mentors in life, because being part of a small community means you will likely be surrounded by the right people or the same people for the rest of your life. So just make sure they're the right people, because you are the average of the 4 people you hang out with, man.
In a small community like ours, you're going to hear a lot of voices. You have to filter out the good and bad ones.
And you have to know what the good and bad
Yeah.
is.
Like literally, yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Oh man.
Oh gosh. No, it's been fucking fun. I love this, man. I love it. Literally,
Literally the fun.
No, I didn't even realize I say it like that.
Bro, you've said it like 4 times. I had to.
But I actually get that, because there's some shit that when you're like in thought, you're just like, I don't blame you. It is what it is.
Right.
This
I
literally
don't
is
get
killing
it.
me.
I don't
Literally.
get it. It's funny.
Nah, it's good.
Literally. It's
Literally.
Literally.
No, honestly, it's been bloody amazing. There's a few things, obviously, we will filter through.
Yeah.
And
Before we end, what's your words of wisdom?
Ooh.
damn, bro.
It's never been asked before.
Because you are of the age of nearly 30.
Literally?
Jesus.
Literally.
30, bro.
Nearly. I didn't say
Mr. Almost Peak.
He just called you old, bro.
Yeah, I'm embracing that, bro. Wisdom.
No, imagine me.
Embrace failure. Embrace
yeah.
failure. I would say
Hell
that.
yeah.
Embrace failure.
Hell yeah.
Just embrace it. Don't be scared of it, because you'll be living in a bubble of anxiety for the rest of your life if you do. So, and depression. I think all these mental health problems that come through are the limitations that you set upon yourself. So, embrace failure. Go out there. Live it. Make it happen. If not, literally.
Are you speaking literally?
Literally. Just honestly embrace failure. That's all I say. Embrace failure, and I will add it to it. That comes with a lot of discipline, man. Like the amount of times I just wanted to make a U-turn and go back home from Gold Coast and not think about it was too many times. But that discipline and patience kept me
That
going.
makes you who you are.
Yeah, and then you just be like, oh, it's cool now. Let's do this again, and again, and again, and again.
What about you? What about you, Erdwan? As a school kid.
As
Like
a
literally.
child,
like literally.
I think find a way to stop caring what people think. Find a way.
True, that's right.
People usually say like, "Oh, stop caring what people think." I think I would say there's a step before that, which is find a way to stop caring what people think.
And the earlier you do that, the happier you live, bro.
Like, bro, whether it's religion, whether it's you become delusional.
Literally. Wallah al-azim, literally.
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 Get to a wedding very soon.
Nah, straight up.
No, you're speaking facts, bro. Because especially in the school that we go to,
Yes, yeah.
there's a lot of people who like. Bro, I keep on saying literally.
I'm watching him watch it because he knows I'm watching him.
Just turn around.
Like
Saying
literally.
it slower as well now.
Yeah, I know.
Like literally.
Literally.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, go
No,
on,
but
go
it's
on.
like there's a lot of people who judge. There's a lot of people.
Oh.
But that's your age. That's also the age
Yeah,
thing.
but
So,
it's-
like-
that is age. But like for you to be outside that, he would have to find a way
Yeah, you have to, bro.
to
You have to convince yourself somehow.
just don't care what people think. I feel like there's so many people who take life too seriously. Like what I mean by that is like, if you take life too seriously, where you're not focused on making yourself better, but you're taking it too seriously, where you actually give a shit what people think, then you need to rethink your ways of life. Honestly,
But in the beginning, you're always more open to the external influence than anything. And then I think it's more of a personality development. As you know who you are and you develop your personality,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
you just
right, and
you switch off and you tune
that
off.
goes
Yeah.
until you're like 30. Like that, you know.
Some people never really grow out of it.
There you
but,
go.
You know,
Yeah.
again, depends on the environment.
and like literally, you know.
I think literally we should end this off.
Yes, bitty.
Bitty.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Bitty.
Come on. I get it.
No, one more, but you gotta do it right.
One more.
Bitty. 3, 2, 1.
That's gonna be the intro.
Nah, man, it's been actually amazing to have you boys on. We'll have another one. Obviously, we're thinking about extending it and having more mixture crowd, so that way the talks are a bit more like intense. But I'm keen, man. I'm down. Yeah. All right, bros.
Take care, guys.
Peace out.
Signing off.
Take care.
Chuck
Oh,
it.
after-